Ya uteda neyama neyada. Hey, Teda. Peace to the kings and queens and what's happening, family. And well, like we always do about this time. Um, we're gonna be a little raggedy today, but it's gonna be fire. I got some straight heat for ya. I'm gonna get the Facebook family involved un momento. And if that don't pop, then y'all know we going to TikTok. But what I have to do is scream upstairs for my charge. Well, maybe I don't have to scream. Maybe I can just send a message upstairs. Um, 1 second. And it's gonna get real in here. They giving your boy Puffy the old Bill Cosby, R. Kelly treatment. They coming from everywhere. And I told y'all, boy, I might as well be a crystal ball. Now it's men involved. It's a couple men then come out the woodwork. Y'all gonna mess around. There's gonna be more men than women saying he pulled it. It's about to get bad. Bad. And I had once gave some contingencies like, well, he could either do it like this or he could either do it like that. I'm not even sure those options still exist. I think he's due for a sit down. I think they're gonna make him sit down. Is what I think. I don't think he's gonna get out of this one. Now, will he get the Bill Cosby 2 years and out? I don't know. I to be honest with you, I think they might body slam this dude and make an example. Because whatever he did to offend the higher ups was bad. Because we know he did a lot of what they wanted him to do. So not sure how it turned into this. But he definitely ticked some people off. So we're gonna see how the chips fall. And we'll go from there. Let me see. Hold on, yeah, I don't think they're paying me no attention. My phone about to die. Send Kimmy down with my charger. My phone about to die. All right. Yeah. So if and then I wonder if, and I just thought about this. And I don't know if one thing has anything to do with the other. This is pure speculation and hunch. But y'all remember they was talking about giving Dr. Peabody, that's what I call R. Kelly. They was talking about giving Dr. Peabody a lot of time And then they start saying he was going to cooperate and he was going to tell. And then they started saying he was putting out an album and he might be coming home. And then they started saying, Puffy, I'm just wondering if that over here turned into this over there. Did R. Kelly? Come on.
The blue charger isn't up there.
No, my black one, but okay, this one's the better one. So I'm wondering what if Dr. Peabody dropped a dime on old Puff on P. Diddy? Or I don't know, man. That's just out there. That could potentially have absolutely nothing to do with nothing, but I'm just putting that out there. R. Kelly looked like he offered the police a deal. You know how the police supposed to offer you a deal? He looked like he offered the police a deal. Look, R. Kelly, hey, look, man, just tell me what I gotta do. Just tell me what. I don't see nothing wrong when a nigga drop the dime. I don't see nothing wrong, 'cause I don't wanna do the time. I don't see nothing wrong. Oh, when a nigga drop a dime, I don't see girl. Oh, when a nigga do the thing. I'm just saying it could be. Oh, y'all didn't know I had them on with vocals like that. I get what the okay. Y'all think this shit a game. I don't see. Just for that, I ain't doing it no more. Y'all don't get no more of that. Because of the Haitian that I experienced when I shared my vocal capabilities with y'all, yeah, y'all don't got no more of that coming. That's how we gonna do that. I got this. I'm downloading this Dr. Clark joint for y'all, man. Cause when I do, let me see something. No, that ain't how you supposed to do that. Whoops, my fault, y'all. Hold on. Okay, my fault. I was trying to experience some things, and that's just what happened. All right, there go my ticker. Now, I don't see nothing wrong when a nigga drop a dime. I don't see nothing wrong, 'cause I don't want to do the time. Girl, I don't see. No, I'm just saying. What if R. Kelly, he might have dropped that dime, and he the reason why P. Diddy in the headlock right now. Either way it go, if he is the one to drop a dime on P. Diddy, that would hands down be the only thing I like about him. So, hey, you never know. Dr. Peabody, maybe it's hope for him yet. Baby Epstein, maybe it's hope for him yet. I don't know. But I know is the only person that ain't claimed P. Diddy did something to him is like some celebrity puppies or some shit. Because past that point, apparently he rapes everybody. P. Diddy, I know you've been fucking them celebrity puppies too, allegedly. Let me find out. That's where we're going to draw the line at. It's bad enough you taking them from these young men, but if you've been out here taking advantage of celebrity puppies, you's a sick mother. I have no evidence of Puffy doing anything to any celebrity puppies. This is all just a hunch. This is all just a hunch. So don't y'all start spreading no rumors talking about y'all heard it at this one channel that Puffy be R-wording celebrity puppies, because I don't have any evidence of that. Now, if some evidence were to circulate that he did it, I would be the first to say I saw it coming. But up to this very moment, I don't have anything substantial. I mean, hey, from what they say, he like all type of shit. So who knows with this guy? Who really knows with this guy? So he is I think a transgender just came out and said something happened to them, another female and a male. So he got like 3 or 4 new allegations. It's gonna get to 100. They're gonna give him the Bill Cosby, the old put pup. They're gonna give his ass the treatment. But this time, I'm actually rooting for them. I wouldn't give a fuck if they gave him 1,000 years. They should give him 1,001 years, just to be funny. Now, the reason why I say that is because this shit gotta stop. It's gotta go. It's gotta be cleaned up. We don't have much as a people. And so now our youngins be having these talents. And so at first you're trained to think it's a long shot. Then things start happening to where you find yourself in a space where it looks like I could actually make this dream come true. It could be basketball, football, or it could be trying to be a rapper, whatever the case may be. You start getting closer and closer to that dream. And then you get to a point where it's like you made it. You starting to be successful. You starting to have a couple dollars so you can actually help your loved ones. And for somebody to have been in that situation and understand how fucked up it was to get where you just got to. And so instead of embracing you and helping you avoid the bullshit, somebody would take advantage of you knowing that this is all you got to feed your family and hold it over your head to get you to do weird, crazy shit just because they can. That's one of the evilest things you could do, is to intentionally target and prey on someone's weakness in a space that you know they can't really defend themselves. Hunger and homelessness is one of the most trying things a person will ever face. Poverty, not having those, it ain't too many feelings like that. And for somebody to have experienced that feeling, and now they're in a position to help you, and instead of helping you, they use that positioning to make you do shit, to take advantage of you, to take your wealth, to make you to bind you into a relationship or some type of sick ass sexual favors. Like that's some wicked shit to do. And I just feel like that's the way of entertainment, not just like it's just one person. I think Puffy, I think damn everybody is like him. He's just one of the bigger ones to do it. I think they all got a little bit of that Puffy shit in them, using their money to will their way and treat people beneath them. I think that's part, because I'm telling you, man, it's what money does. I've had it more than enough times to know is if you're not grounded, it's what money does, because everybody got things they want. And some of the things you probably shouldn't have or don't need. But the more financially capable you become, who's to tell you can't have these things if you can afford them? But we get into this mind state, if we could afford it, then that means we should have it. And that couldn't be further from the truth. There's tons of shit we can afford that we should never be anywhere near. But I just think the industry is full of puffies. It's sad that we come from misfortune and disadvantage and lack of opportunity. And it seems as soon as we get in the position to be something different than the last, we just become the last. Like and I understand most of these industry people got preyed upon. And I guess that's the part that kind of ticks me off. Because if you know what they took you through, why would you take somebody else through it? And that's the part that bugs me. Like they say all them different dudes was doing that shit to Puffy. Then you turn around and do it to other people. But we know how that goes. Hurt people. And it's more of once you've been scarred so far, you don't really know how to relate to people who haven't been scarred. Or once you've had power and authority for so long, you don't really know how to communicate outside of that dynamic. If you've always been the person in power, then how do you operate outside of a power structure when that's all you know? So, as they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. Which leads me to there's I'm waiting for something to upload. We're gonna listen to Dr. Clark. It's something real heavy. I want to play half of this Dr. Clark lecture. It's real relevant to the flyer. And so I think that's what just yeah. Okay, that's cool. I gotta remember how to get it in this damn thing. I'll figure it out when it's time. So the thing is this right here though. I said on the flyer, I said cut your hair, change your clothes, and shut up. Is what I call the lecture. Cut your hair, change your clothes, and shut up. And I said that because it's just amazing to like Too Short made that statement, get in where you fit in. And I think that can go both ways. I think get in where you fit in means, find your space and make it happen. Instead of trying to, go against the grain, as the barber would say. But then at the same time, shouldn't we be going against the grain sometimes? Because if we get into a habit of just getting in where we fit in, then we never make a new space to fit. Because getting in where we fit in, they've allowed us to fit in. We can cut hair and sell clothes. And I'm talking about ownership. Now, if we're gonna get a job, then we do maintenance, we build things, and we work at hospitals. These are the primary places where you're gonna catch us at. As far as but every time you get, not every time, but for the most part, when you get a black business, you get a restaurant, a barbershop, or we sell clothes. Why? We got 1,000 needs per day. And the only thing we do is sell clothes, sell Jordans out the trunk, sell some knockoff Gucci. Why don't we have control over the hair and nail industry? How come we won't make our own sneakers? And then Alonzo Ball showed y'all how to do it, and y'all still keep going to get shoe deals. Why? He showed you that you could make a shoe and it could be ugly as fuck and you could still sell out. Why we keep trying to get sneaker deals? Who trained us that we can only work certain jobs and do certain things? If it's a major primary need from our people, why aren't we trying to fill the need? Because it's in our mind that somebody else is already going to do it. So we see Black America faced with an issue, and we just assume someone else will take care of it. And we don't say it, but we assume white people are going to take care of it. Because we already understand the capabilities of our people and what we can and can't take care of. So without saying it, well, Black America has a major problem. In the back of our mind, we assume at some point white America going to fix it. Now, we don't say that, and most of y'all going to disagree to it. But what else could you be thinking? You see, police assault people in your neighborhood. And then y'all come together, y'all march, and then people get up to the podium and speak. And the first thing somebody say on the mic is, this has got to stop. When are they going to stop coming into our community, killing our people, and having nothing happen? When are they going to stop coming into our community and killing our people? My guess is never. Why the fuck would they stop? If you're going to keep asking them when they're going to stop, why would they stop? See, something, and it's in a simple statement. Why do we march in the first place? Why do we march for anything that happens? Marching is passive aggressive. It means we're not going to do shit. That's why we march, because we ain't going to do shit else. So it's the only way that we can get out that we angry is we go to Walmart, buy some signs, write on them, and start marching. So I'm saying, why do you go to the police station and ask the police station, you ask the police people, when y'all gonna stop coming in our neighborhood killing our people? And you always asking when y'all gonna stop. When y'all gonna, you ask the government, when y'all gonna start keeping y'all word? Why y'all keeping, like, when you gonna make them? How about that? When are you going to make these people do what they're supposed to do? Because if you're not, then stop asking. If you're not gonna hands down say, ain't nobody else dying in our neighborhood or else. If you're not willing to say that, you're not gonna keep killing. But here's the point. If you owned the local bank, a local grocery store, and a car dealer in your community, I bet you would take a completely different approach to murder and rioting in your community. Reason why you don't care what happened in there, because you don't own shit there. So you don't care if people riot, you don't care if people tear up stuff, you don't care if it's shootings all up, because you don't own anything. People don't take pride in other people's property. This is the part of the game you're still not getting. You keep talking black economics. What the fuck is black economics with no institutions? Y'all just want to keep building wealth. Okay, well, look at it this way. All the people that talk about building wealth and black economics, 99% of those people will never reach the level of wealth that Bill Cosby had. Did it save him when white folks got mad at him? You're preaching all of this. Black economics is the answer. Do you think you're going to have more money than, I'm just saying, be realistic. Do you think you're going to make more money than Bill Cosby? Meaning, how many people out of 100 will reach billionaire status? So then, if you're not, he had $1 billion and still, I don't know what like $1 billion. You just got to think about that. Most people's people never going to see $1 billion. And it couldn't save him from white women from 40 years ago talking about, he touched my butt, which he probably did because he's a weirdo. So then, although economics is important, it can't be the answer because $1 billion couldn't save a nigga. So then, what's the real issue? You can't have group economics if you're not thinking as a group. See, we don't care about each other no more. There's no mental unification. There's no camaraderie. There's no see we don't understand when they destroyed the villages. A village is a community. Okay, when you destroy communities, you destroy the trust of the people. And what I mean by that is a community, one of the cornerstones of what makes a community is trust. Everyone there, or most of the people there, trust each other to barter, to have each other's back, to help, to do certain things. There's a certain code of ethics in the community that we all comprehend. It's an unsaid understanding. Okay, well, when you destroy the community, you displace the people and their relationships. And so now, if you keep doing that and mixing up the pot, you forever keep having groups of people that don't have anything in common, don't know each other, don't understand each other, don't have the same code of ethics. You keep mixing it up. So now this creates this I gotta get mine, you gotta get yours mentality. Thank you, Tupac. We thought he was so helpful. This is what that mentality. I'm just trying to get mine. That see when the power structure hear phrases like that becoming common, they understand where we're at and they understand where they're at. Because when you start saying, I'm just trying to get mine, shit, just worry about you. I'm worried about me. We don't understand how heavy of a statement that is. It's much deeper than we think. Just worry about you and I'll take care of me. Essentially, what that means is I don't give a fuck about your problems and I don't need you to give a fuck about mine. Like we say, you do you, I'm gonna do me. And we've gotten to a point where we think that this is the necessary behavior. We think this is how you're supposed to be. Well, no, not really. Because even groups of people, we can take the European. They will tell you, well, I'm German and Dutch, and I'm this and that, and I'm that and this, and they got all of these different things they tell you, but they don't look at it like that when it comes down to how to behave in white America. They instantly understand which side of the fence they're fucking laying on. I'm Dutch, and I'm from Czechoslovakia. Fuck out of here. All right, so there we go. Is that right? Fuck it, we rocking. Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to go to Facebook. My fault, y'all. I'm supposed to be up here real quick, and then I ain't gonna be up here late tonight either, y'all. I got there we go. We got a long week ahead of me. But so anyway, I would like to get, hold on, let me see if I can get this Dr. Clark up real quick. I don't never know. Extra video file. Hold on. I think I know what I'm doing. Is this it right here? Yeah. See. Don't tell me doubt me. Like I don't know what I'm doing. Like I don't be knowing what's going on. Huh. trying to find it, y'all. Give me 1 second. Where is it at? Come on, Dr. Clyde. Where you at, Doctor? Wait a minute. Did I pass it up? Don't tell me I passed it up. My fault, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. Because I'm trying to... Maybe I need to know what it's called. I figured it would be easy my last time. Damn it. Where is it at? Okay. I don't know now, y'all. Hold on. Oh, here you go, right here. Wow.
I was supposed to be here early.
Okay, I ain't gonna kick it off yet, but I just need to put that one in the chamber. So now, if somebody asks me, what's wrong with me? Why I be going so hard on religion and all this stuff? Like, what's my problem? I don't. The great misconception is y'all thinking that I'm angry and unhappy. I love what the hell I do. I do not be angry or unhappy. I be tired. If anything, I do a lot. I do a lot more than what y'all see. So I be constantly tired all the time. But angry and upset, I do not. Especially not now. Yahoo Uma. Cause I did my me and the Queen did our 90-day meditation session Friday, and it was heavy. So I got some good information and told me to relax. Told me to relax, Mo. I take y'all too serious. But the thing is this right here. What we're talking about is knowing your place. See, there's a place they expect you to stay in. And so as long as you stay within the parameters of the space that they provided, then you good. So that's like, it's cool if you got the gift of being able to cut hair. And so you use that gift to do so. And what if you queens, y'all be super good with the braids and doing hair? Fine. Maybe you got a plug on some clothes. You get the clothes for the low. You sell them back to the family. Fine. Not the problem, but the issue is we seem to always choose professions that don't threaten the power structure. That's the problem. See, you doing hair doesn't challenge white supremacy. You knowing how to do a fresh fade doesn't challenge white male authority. You see what I'm saying? So none of the things that we like to do challenge the system that we're placed under. That's the major issue. So look at it like this. If you open up a courtesy exchange, well, now you're stepping into the finance arena. And so now this creates a challenge to white financial institutions. And that's the issue right there. So what we have to do is, okay, don't open up a boutique and do hair. Or, okay, once you open up a boutique and do hair, and then, or you open up a barbershop and you get your bag right, what y'all do is y'all go open up another barbershop. No. We already got one of those. Now you take that next and you open up a grocery store. Because now, just imagine every time we want to go grocery shopping, especially in my town, you finna go to the grocery store and you're going to see mostly faces of people from opposing nationalities. Rarely ever are you going to see melanated people, and if so, they're going to be bagging or being a clerk. They're not running the store. They don't own the store. None of that. Why? Why don't black people own grocery stores? Why are there no chain of black grocery stores? Because y'all going to wait for me to do it. That's fine. I'm working on it. But that's my thing, though. And we got, it's winter time, so y'all got to give me a week, and we'll be back on deck with the show. We're going to always have something for our people, some type of product. But why I don't understand why people call me during this show like I don't do this every single freaking Tuesday. It's not like I just surprised y'all and decided, you know what, this Tuesday I'm just going to, no. Every single Tuesday, I'll be right here. Well, no, I usually be at the radio station. But I'll be live somewhere on Tuesday. Put it to you this way. When I was in Alabama on Panther business, I asked them to borrow the attic. And I went upstairs in the attic and went live from the attic in Alabama. The show must go on. I told you, I don't care if it's 1 or 1,000. The information going to the universe. If you missed it, that's on you, my friend. But we're going to talk that talk every single week. Now, like I said, we're going to make it short tonight because I'm tired and stuff like that. But now, on the flip side, you got what I could say. You have to realize that this is everything you're seeing is intentional. And I keep telling y'all all the time, we're mad about the wrong shit and we're happy about the wrong shit. My issue is not even with religion. I think religion in thought is dope as hell. Not what it has become, but religion in theory is dope as hell. Because you're supposed to be connecting with the divine, that which is the creator, God, as y'all like to call him. You're supposed to be, religion is for establishing a comprehension and understanding with God. That's what it's supposed to be about. Getting as close to God in the universe as you possibly can so that you can understand what this is all about. That's what religion is supposed to do. Instead, it has enslaved you, draining you of finance, energy, and identity. Well, now hold on. That's the problem. You're being drained of finance, energy, and identity, all under the guise of having a relationship with God. And then people tell me stuff like how they feel about the Holy Spirit. And see, once again, we're just saying things that we don't understand because they're convenient. You don't know what the Holy Spirit is. Somebody told me God speaks through the Holy Spirit. And I don't knock them for saying that. I don't look down on them for saying that. I just know that they don't know that for a fact. And it's just something, it's one of those things when you having a dialogue with somebody and they make a good point, then you come with a surface point that you've heard before because it to you solves the problem. So you say, God speaks to people through the Holy Spirit. How do you know that? How do you know what the Holy Spirit is? Because all of us got that voice inside of our head that tell us when to do something, or tell us when we're doing wrong, or tell us when we're doing right. We all got that. So then we all talk to God if that's the case. Don't personalize it like you had this special conversation, because you didn't. And I can safely say that you didn't, because God is not what you think. And God is not even upset about religion. But you should know who you are, because only through self-identifying can you identify who the creator is. If you don't know yourself, there's nowhere in hell you can talk to God. Or I take that back. If you're not on a deep quest to find yourself, you're not going to talk to God. Talking to God is one of the hardest things you're going to get to. It's not just I say a prayer and God going to respond. Don't work like that. So there's a lot of things that have to happen before you can even consider having some kind of conversation with God. So if you're not fit to even be real with yourself, what makes y'all think God talking to you? You can't live a lousy, lying-ass existence, then go say a prayer and have a conversation with God. Are you fucking kidding me? Doesn't work like that. So if you're not putting all your effort into trying to make sure that you find God, why would God? Y'all be living a lousy, lying-ass existence, doing all type of bullshit. Then when you remember or get the opportunity, you say a few choice words to God, and you figure since you ain't killed nobody and you got a lot of money, then you think God likes you. God don't give a shit because you got a lot of money. How much money you have is probably the least interesting conversation you can have with God. Asking God to help you get more money is the least interesting conversation. Praying for a job at Burger King is like all of this shit. Y'all want a new car. You short on your rent. Y'all really think this is God answering you? God's not gonna stop doing God shit to tell you how to pay the rent. Your boss is being a racist, insensitive asshole, and you're gonna pray to God to make it go away instead of getting a group of black folks storming the building and demanding fair treatment. Why ain't that an option? Most of the shit y'all pray to God for, you could get off your ass and do on your own. Why would God respond? People mistreating you in this society, y'all pray to God to make it go away instead of getting in a group and taking your group, marching to wherever it happened at and making it go away. You too scared to do that, so you go to God. You want God. A lot of y'all think God is your hired hitman. God don't do hits for hire. Y'all ask God to approach things that you terrify. If you really believe in God, what the fuck is you scared of anybody for anyway? Now, don't get me wrong. I have fears too, but I'm not willing to accept them. I have fears like anybody else, and I fear shit I probably shouldn't, just like anybody else. But I'm not gonna not face them, and I'm definitely not gonna ask God to help me with the fears that I know as a man I should be dealing with. I'm not going to ask God to help me find no job. I'm not going to ask God to help me get that new Lambo. None of this shit. Y'all ask God for things that you should be doing on your fucking own. Half the shit you shouldn't even be asking for. You think God give a fuck where you work at? Honestly. Y'all so far removed, you think that. You think God gives a fuck whether you have a job or not. You ain't attempted to see what God really wants at no point in your life. But you be begging like a motherfucker every time you want something. And you think when you ask yourself for something, thinking you talking to God, and then you tell yourself you're gonna do it, you think that's a conversation with God. No. If you had a conversation with God and something super crazy and radical didn't happen and you didn't have that conversation, if you ain't get lifted off your fucking bed in the middle of that conversation, you didn't have it. If you didn't get flung to the other side of the room and chastised, you probably didn't have it. A conversation with God ain't gonna be like talking to grandpa when you want a couple extra dollars. We don't understand what's happening right now because we don't understand what happened already. And the biggest thing I tell y'all all the time is this slavery and religion go hand in hand. Religion has always been used to enslave the masses. So, and what they did, the purpose of slavery was not just so people of other races could be mean to you. The purpose of slavery was land and resources. So the people enslaved you so they could steal your land and resources. That was the point. And then we can get free labor. So I can steal your land and resources and I can get free labor. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That's what the issue was. Your land and all of the stuff up under it is worth more than everything you're worried about. The ground you was walking on and everything that can be dug from up under it is what people really wanted. And so they had to, as they say, the banana in the tailpipe, they had you make you look left while they go right. So while you concerned with the brutality and all the sexuality and all of the weird shit that's going on, you're not really thinking like they really just want us off our land, because that's what it was all about. We have to be willing to understand the past that we don't want to repeat. We're slowly going back into where we already came from, not even realizing it, because we don't understand where we came from. Now, I'm about to, it's only like the first 10 minutes, I think. I'm about to put this Dr. Clark on because y'all think the stuff that I say be just me. And I want y'all to see what I tell y'all all the time. I stand on the backs of the ancestors and the master teachers. Now, Dr. Clark finna tell you how he feel about the alliances that we have, how he feels about being looked at as an African or an Indian versus being looked at as an African versus an Indian, and what type of relationships you can expect, and his views on religion. He about to go in. So I'm gonna put this on. So now, for those of y'all who don't know, Dr. John Henry Clark, you can look him up. He's one of the greatest historians, I want to say, of the last 50 years, but I would dare say ever. He's in the top, I'd say top 5, but guaranteed top 10. But I'd say top 5 for historians to ever really break down what happened to us. And if you don't know him, it's because you don't study. He's huge. This ain't no little guy I brought to y'all. I brought the big kahuna out here. Everybody. You can't find one conscious teacher from the last 60 years that won't tell you Dr. Clark is the greatest. Put it to you that way. So I went and got somebody that everybody rock with. It ain't no discrepancies about who this man is. You won't find one speaker to speak against him. Not anybody of prominence.
They gave me another assignment. They didn't pick me up to go to the assignment. I followed their instructions and waited at the hotel. I would love to be here when I can be more fully in depth on this subject, because there's a whole lot of illusions about Africa's relationship with other people in the world. There's a whole lot of illusion about our relationship to the religions in the world. And these belief systems that had its origin in Africa, all of them, and there is no exception, turned on African people. I said there is no exception. And there's one thing you have to get through your mind and keep it. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. And I said there's no exception. Everything that was brought into this continent, everything, every idea, every so-called religion was meant to dominate and to control. The Arabs had no illusions about it. The Europeans had no illusions about it. You were the ones with the illusions. And yet every element that went into the making of every major religion in the world started in Africa. Why is it that you are so naive? You let people redress something that you invented, sell it back to you, and enslave you through it. I'm saying that all organized present religions are male chauvinist murder cults. And I say there is no exception. Why I wanted to be here earlier, I wanted to deal with our relationship with the people of the world and the fact that we created peaceful nations that had no word for jail because no one had ever gone to one. No word for old people's home because no one ever threw them away, grandma and grandpa. No word for orphanages. We did all of this, and over half of human civilization was over before we knew that a European was in the world. Before he wore a shoe or lived in a house that had a window. Now, Africa has always and still is the prize for the whole world. We as a people have always been the world's richest people, culturally rich, mineral rich. We have always been the prize because we have always had and still have something that other people won't, think they can't do without, and don't care to pay for. Because we have always been the prize, we have been under siege for over 3,000 years. Nothing that ever brought into Africa from the outside was meant to do the African any good. That means all other religions. Islam was the handmaiden of Arab imperialism. Christianity was the handmaiden of European imperialism. The Hebrew faith was the handmaiden of a concept called the chosen people. Now, if God is kind and God is merciful and God has no stepchildren, he won't choose one over the other. And to say he chose some people, you're making him a bigot. And to say that he endorsed enslavement of one people over the other, you're making him an accessory to murder. The Arabs used Islam to rationalize their slavery and their imperialism. The Europeans used Christianity to rationalize their slavery and imperialism. Who are you kidding about friends in the world? Damn it, if you want a friend, look in the mirror. There's 1 billion African people on the face of this earth. Why are you buying third-rate junk from third-rate people thinking you can't make it? Why don't you at least make a safety pin to hold your child's diaper together? Teach. Who has programmed your mind into thinking you can't make a car? The first man that made a car that had never seen one previously. The Japanese bought cars, bought locomotives, broke them down and studied them, and had a Japanese technician produce each piece, put it together, and had a much better train than the one they copied from. All knowledge in the world belongs to everybody in the world. Yes. Who has programmed our mind in assuming that we cannot run a nation and run it well? The main thing imperialism did, slavery and imperialism, they removed African people from the respectful commentary of history. And they tell them something they are still telling them, and all of the organized religions are guilty of this. I favor none of it because Africa didn't need any of it. I'm saying that African belief systems, properly understood, is 10 times better than Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. And better for the African. Now you might have some romance with one of these religions. I have no romance with any of them. I have a romance with reality and truth. And the chips can fall where they may after I tell it. As for friends, you have had no friends. When they discovered you, they began to prey on you. Now let's look at our relationship with Western Asia, mistakenly called the Middle East. For 3,000 years, our greatest enemies came from Western Asia. They were trying to avenge the fact that they were once African colonies. You read a book called When Egypt Ruled the East, and you get some of the basic information on this. Now, the first visitors to Africa came in the 1700s BC. These were the people who would later be called Hebrews. Now, black people are ticklish on this because black people think that everything in the Bible is true. I question the intelligence of anyone who thinks everything in the Bible is true or supposed to be true. It's allegory, stories told to illustrate a point at a time when there were very few people reading books. And most of what went into the making of the Bible was copied from Egyptian texts. Now, if you want to get so dewy-eyed over the Bible, which is a carbon copy of a carbon copy, why don't you go back and read the original Egyptian text? Then you see where all these stories started from. You see where the story of the Exodus started from. Now, you get so dewy-eyed, you actually think there was an Exodus. These people walked into Africa. Why couldn't they walk out? Why did they have to go by sea? Nope. What does he at the park? If you read Egyptian literature, you will discover that the whole story of somebody parting the sea started with
Like Dr. Clark said, these people walked into Egypt. Why couldn't they walk out? He also said he questioned the sanity of anybody who thinks the Bible is actually the truth. Y'all be bugging, man. Y'all, like, the stuff that I say seems so radical because y'all don't study. This shit is common information. I'm telling you, what made me interested in this information is not the fact that people said it wasn't no Jesus. It was how confidently they said it and how they laughed at anybody who still believed it. Meaning that we're so far past this level of thinking. Where you been at, young brother? That's how people talk to you, look at you like Polo Ting Ting. I couldn't take not knowing whatever the fuck it was that they knew that made them so confident that I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. Because I was confident I knew what I was talking about. Until you look into these things, you won't know and you won't realize that there's a plethora of information out there. And most of it is going to come from people that look like us. Now, what do I could see white folks? You got to look at it like this. There are hardly no white people out here telling, except for what's her name? Jane, whatever her Jane Elliott. Besides Jane Elliott, I don't know no white folks out here preaching to black folks. White folks is lying to y'all. Be careful. She the only one I know. But all white folks is agreeing with you that you should be praying to Jesus. Don't you think something's wrong with that? It's only black folks coming up to you telling you, hey, don't trust that shit. Think about it. It ain't no white people on the planet except for Jane Elliott making it her business to tell black folks specifically, white folks is tricking you. Don't buy it. She the only one. But you can find a white person anywhere that'll tell you about the glory of Jesus Christ. Stop and pray with you. You don't think something's wrong with the fact that only the people who look like the oppressor agree with you? And only people who look like you think the oppressor is lying? How could you not see that there's got to be something in there somewhere, somehow? It just don't make good logical sense. That you still pray to the exact same God that they use to fucking do this to you. This Jesus the Christ I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. We out.